If you run a digital marketing agency or you run Facebook ads or some sort of paid traffic, this video is for you. Today I'm going to show you exactly why most ads fail and how to fix yours so that you can actually start making money in 2025. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So here we are. Now we're, I guess, in the computer or on the computer. I hope you can hear me. You know, I don't really record videos like this often, but I plan on making more YouTube videos. So anyways, let's get right into it. What we're going to cover in this video. I'm going to just read it off of here. There's 5 things we're going to cover in this video, okay? So the first thing we're going to be covering in this video is the number 1 reason why most Facebook ads fail. Number 2, why your offer matters more than your budget. Number 3, the biggest mistake people make with their ad creatives. Number 4, how to follow up with leads automatically through Go High Level. And number 5, a simple fix to make your ads actually run properly and correctly, okay? Most people think their ads fail because they think the algorithm is broken, which is complete BS. They think Facebook is too expensive, which is also complete BS. And a lot of the time they think they need a really massive $1,000 budget. No, you don't. You know, you could put in as little as probably $15 a day and, you know, start seeing some results. So, yeah, exactly this right here. Most of the time when your ads are failing, it's because your offer is trash. Most of the time when people don't buy from you, it's one of 2 things. They don't trust you, or they just haven't seen enough yet. You know, they haven't gotten enough value, right? So once again, 1, they don't trust you, or 2, they just don't see the value in it, okay? So ask yourself, would you buy what you're selling? If your offer doesn't solve a real problem, nobody cares. If it's too complicated, people scroll past. And if there's no urgency, people will not take action. Here's an example that I put down. A gym ad. Join our gym. That's not going to work. That's too bland. That's too simple. You know, it's too gray. We need some color on it, right? So I mean, even this isn't too great, but something like this would probably work better. Lose 10 pounds in 30 days guaranteed, right? So there's a guarantee in there, grabs attention, checks all the boxes, okay? So that's number 1. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go into let's go into Instagram. I'll show you guys some examples of how some ads work, and then I'll show you some of my ads that I have ran in the past, okay? Okay, I like this guy. This guy's cool.
You appointments. Hell, I'm not even going to guarantee you.
You see, he just gets right into it. He grabs your attention, and
true, cold, hard cash. I'm going to guarantee that you sign 20 new, full pay, perfect dream, high ticket clients.
Yeah, I would do something similar to this. You know, get right into the guarantee, explain what you're actually getting, and then show some value.
A full refund
guarantee, whatever you want to do. You see, he's just adding all this extra value. So let's just check this out, you know. It takes you to a landing page, right? Most of the time when you're running ads, you're going to get sent to a landing page. You're going to opt in for some sort of like free whatever. You're going to get like an ebook most of the time, or it'll be like a VSL right here, some sort of free training. But data is absolutely everything, especially in this game of marketing. So you definitely want to be collecting email addresses and phone numbers every single time. They think the algorithm is broken. No, the algorithm is not broken, okay? So you got to know who is your target audience first off, right? So I just got this off D7 Lead Finder. You could search up D7 Lead Finder, but pretty much what D7 Lead Finder it does is it scraps data for you, right? There's like data scrapper. There's free tools that you can use as well, but D7 Lead Finder is just my favorite because it's the one I'm most familiar with. But pretty much it's going to have their LinkedIn, their Facebook. It's going to have a lot of businesses, you know, and all their information, their website and whatnot, phone number. So you can either, you know, cold call. I used to do that when I was first starting my agency. I would just crank right off the list, you know what I mean? But nowadays what I do is I'll take like 3 or 4 lists and I'll throw these into Facebook, and that'll determine my target audience, you know, and then we'll create lookalike audiences. So the algorithm is definitely not broken, especially on Facebook. Facebook is not expensive. As I mentioned, you know, you can run ads for as little as $15 a day. Let me do a calculator. That's going to come out like around 300 something per month, probably 450. So 15 times 30, 450. You know, that's a great budget. If you're just starting out, I definitely recommend putting in $450, $500, $600 to kind of get your feet wet, get your feet off the ground, see what works, see what doesn't work, see what people resonate with and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, definitely I wouldn't go no less than $15 per day. Moral of the story for point number 1, just make sure that you would buy from yourself. If you would buy your product from yourself, then there's a high chance that people are going to buy from you, okay? Because they're going to trust you. Okay. Number 2, the biggest mistake with ad creatives and how to fix it. Most ads are boring and forgettable. Here's how to fix it. Number 1, use pattern interrupts, bold claims, fast cuts, strong hooks. Number 2, call out your target audience. If you own a business, listen up. That's just an example, right? If you own a business, listen up. Here's my guarantee, blah, blah, blah. Just like exactly how that guy said it, you know? Number 3, use curiosity. Most businesses are wasting 50% of their ad budget and don't even know how to use it. For many factors, you know, sometimes their creative sucks. Sometimes their targeting is bad. They're not targeting the right people. But above all, most of the time it's just your offer is trash. You know what I mean? When people are not buying from you, it's because your offer is shitty. You have a crappy offer and you need to fix it. You know, so if you're spending like, I'd say more than like $100 and you're not getting any leads, you know, it depends. It really depends what the offer is. But I would go, me personally, like if with $100, maybe $150, I don't get any leads, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? And I'd probably try a different offer and switch it up. Pro tip, raw iPhone videos convert better than overproduced ads. So people trust real over polished, which is definitely true. So let's go back in here. Now I'm going to just show you some examples. Here's the Facebook ad library. You know, this is public for everybody. You guys probably know what it is already. So you can go in here. Let's search up home services. Let's see what other people are running currently.
Why deal with companies that use overpriced subcontractors for your roofing project? We've got everything you need under one roof. Our local family-owned business offers top quality services, including handling city and town permits and specializing in insurance.
So you get it.
Ensuring you don't need to pay.
Okay, blah, blah, blah. There's his offer. Solid offer, right? Called out his target audience, as you can see right here. Called out his target audience. This is his service. People know what he does. He's a roofer. He serves these areas in Chicago. He has a little bit of a discount, which is kind of goes back to those guarantees, those bold claims, all that sort of stuff, right? Even on the last landing page that we checked out, 100 qualified appointments every single month. And then notice how he said it as well. Like, he's like, what if I could? He's like, how can I guarantee you blah, blah, blah appointments, right? So that's great. Both of these ads were definitely great. And I'm sure they're doing very well. Free estimate, you know, data. They want leads. Every email, every phone number is a lead. Okay, so I think that's point number 2. Biggest mistake with ad creatives. Most ads are boring and forgettable. And listen, like boring isn't bad. You know, simple is best, I like to say, because most of the time, like let me show you the greatest ad I ever ran was a freaking simple ass ad, dude. This is the ad that has performed the best for me, and it's like the least effort I've ever put into an ad, you know? Like, if you're a remodeler, if you're a contractor, we're offering to get you 30 leads in 30 days. Hello guys, how you doing? My name is David Arellano from Arellano Creative. Today we're coming to you with our very special offer. So people, contractors they just want to make sure that you're trustable, and if you're trustable, most of the time they're going to give you a chance. You know what I mean? Cool. So I mean nowadays we're doing a little bit higher production. We'll do something more like this.
To your business owners in Los Angeles, if you're still relying on referrals, Google Business, or online review platforms like Yelp to market your business, I will come into your business and guarantee you 10 to 30.
Okay, cool. So you see it's definitely gotten, the production has definitely gotten a lot better. But that just comes with time, you know. And I would definitely recommend doing a mix of both static creatives mixed with solid video. And I mean, if you're just starting out and you have like little budget to no budget, I would just go with video. You know, I would just make a video. It could just be a video like this, you know, but I would record it like this. Use your back camera, set it up on a tripod, maybe get a little microphone or something, and yeah, you should do just fine. And if you have any questions, you know, always feel free to reach out to me. I have a free ebook that I'm giving out, kind of running you from A through Z, how to actually launch your own ads and how to actually see results with your agency. So if you want that, just subscribe, like the video, comment, I want the ebook. Number 3, how to make Facebook ads work. Here's the step-by-step fix. Step 1, fix your offer. Kind of went over that already. Make it clear, what do they get? Kind of went over that already. Make it urgent, why buy now? I'll kind of get into that right now. Make it risk-free. guarantees higher conversions, right? So most of the time people are doing free estimate or free trial, which is what I do. I like to do a free trial, guarantee, right? So all that sort of stuff. Awesome. Step 2, improve your ad creatives. Test multiple versions. Don't just run one ads. I would switch up the headlines. I would switch up the call to action. There's a lot of things that I would change. Show proof, testimonials, screenshots. I'm gonna be real with you. This. Where is it? This is what was holding me back for like the longest time. I would think that I needed all these results and I need testimonials, and no, you don't need nothing. What you need is to actually provide a quality service, right? So that people are gonna pay you recurringly every month, and eventually you're gonna start noticing or you might have a client that's gonna be like, hey, I need this service now. Can you do it? Yeah, and then you start kind of integrating things as you develop in your business, right? Okay, cool. Use storytelling. People don't buy products, they buy solutions. Exactly, right? So people want cash. People want sales. People want clients. People don't, you could guarantee them the moon and the freaking all this and that, you know what I mean? But what they actually want to see is results. People want results, and people want to grow their business, right? That's the reason that they're reaching out to you. They're looking for help. So step 3, automate your follow-up. 80% of leads don't buy immediately. If you're not following up, you're wasting money. Facts. So as soon as you see that notification from Business Manager, like new lead submitted, or high level, dial their ass, and usually you can use like AI bots, or you can have like a VA or something. I would just recommend doing it yourself. There's a higher chance people are going to buy from you, especially if you're a smaller business, especially that's coming from my experience. If you call them right away, they're like, oh, I wasn't expecting you to call me so fast. Yeah, hey customer, how's it going? My name is David. I'm just wondering how I can help you. I saw you submitted your form through the advertisement or whatever, right? And you just kind of ask them questions. Yeah, so what exactly do you need help with? Yeah, have you tried any sort of marketing in the past? Cool. So look, here's what you're gonna do. Just set up an appointment. I'll wait for you. You can set it on the phone. They'll set up an appointment on the phone, or you can arrange a time manually and just follow up. Make sure you follow up. After you set the appointment, make sure that you follow up, because you don't want to, once you have the appointment, that's money on the table, and if you're not following up and confirming the appointment, you're wasting leads, so you don't want to do that. That's a no-no. Okay, so let's do a demo right here. I'm going to kind of show you how to follow up with the clients through Go High Level. Let me kind of show you this simple workflow. I'm not going to do too much. I'll make a separate video on kind of workflows and how we run our workflows for our business. But let's say that they submit a form through Facebook. We run an ad, they click on the ad and learn more. They click learn more and they opt in, right? They submit their information. I'm sure you've seen those questionnaires before. Step 1, people opt in, and then High Level will create an opportunity in the opportunities tab. Okay. And that's what we call pipeline marketing, right? So people will go from new lead, called 1 time, called 2 times, called 3 times, and they'll kind of go down the pipeline all the way until we're either at follow-up, we set the appointment, or we close the deal, right? And then from there, we just nurture or we fulfill, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. Then they get sent an email, right? I don't want to get too much into this stuff because I want to kind of make this video short, but here it is. They get an email. They get a text confirming. What it's going to do right here is it's going to kind of segregate. Is that the word? I don't know if that's the word, but it's going to separate, right? So depending on if they took action or didn't take action and they need to be followed up with, right? So contact didn't reply. It's going to call them. If they don't answer, then it's going to wait 1 day and it's going to, start sending them texts. All that stuff. You can just kind of take a look. It's pretty self-explanatory. I know it may look overwhelming, but I'm not a fan of this stuff, guys, if you can't tell. I'm more a fan of just actually scaling companies, you know what I mean? So anyways, just take a look at this. I hope that kind of explains how the pipeline works. And if you want to see another video, comment pipeline. Final thoughts. At the end of the day, Facebook ads aren't broken. Your system is. Before blaming Facebook, ask yourself, is my offer actually good? Is my ad grabbing attention? Do I have a follow-up system? Fix these ads and you will print money instead of burning it. Is my ad grabbing attention? Do I have a follow-up system? Is my offer actually good? I think we kind of went over everything. So some key points, make sure you have your automation set up. Usually simple ads are going to work best. And sometimes you can have a freaking amazing ad and you think it's going to perform so well. And then it just, don't get down on yourself, guys. Just, I would milk it on Instagram and stuff like that. And even if it's through organic, organic is definitely a great way as well. I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more content, subscribe, like this video. Like I said, I'm going to put my socials here somewhere. Follow me, text me, reach out to me, guys. Let's connect. Let's freaking FaceTime. I love making friends. I'm just very social, guys. So I just want to genuinely help you. And if you're on your journey and you're starting off and you need some help, you need some guidance, you need some support, reach out to your boy. I'd love to help you, and I'm going to do you something special. If you want to actually use our services for marketing, tell me you watched my YouTube video and we'll work something out, okay? I don't want to promise anything too big, but I'll definitely hook you guys up, all right? So once again, thank you guys for watching my video. My name is David Arellano Creative. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Okay. Thank you guys. See you in the next one.